30 years ago, there was a water park called Wonderland. Some kids say it was the funnest place on earth. The 16-acre park was built in 1980. The price of the property was listed at $695,000. With it came water slides, a wave pool, go-karts, miniature golf, and much more. It also provided teenagers the opportunity for summer employment. This water park was really something.
Well, I shared with you via messaging one of the most memorable um, um, things that I was part of was being paired up with some mentally and physically challenged teenagers. Taking them one on one to the different parts of the park and let them ride and make sure that they were safe. And I really enjoyed doing that. That was probably one of the most memorable times that I had.
I think my best memories would have to be um, the times where we all got together as employees and had big cookouts and played in the swimming pools and got in the mud and did things that we just being teenagers.
Best experience was living in Odessa. It was so dry, no water. We didn't have a swimming pool, so going to Water Wonderland to me was almost like going to Disneyland or Six Flags or something. So it was like a kind of like a water oasis out here in West Texas. So it was pretty exciting. Yes, most definitely.
For what reasons?
The water slides, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a water tunnel. You would get on, you'd climb up the stairs, go up to the top, and you'd get on a little raft or a little bar thing, and you would go down. So that was a lot of fun.
With Water Wonderland providing so much joy and entertainment, it's hard to believe the fun would come to an end. In 1994, the water park entered bankruptcy and leased it to a corporation who decided to keep the park open. In the years that followed, the water park and its reputation went downhill. With leaks, rattlesnakes, skunks, and water well issues and no money to fix the problems, Water Wonderland was sold to new owners and was renamed Heroes Waterworld. Due to these ongoing problems, several park guests were injured. In 1996, a 3-year-old boy named Jared McCann was injured while an attraction he was riding malfunctioned.
I believe whenever I was there, they were bumper boats, so it was almost like bumper cars, but it was on the water. So you had that pretty much the same concept as far as being able to knock into each other and bounce off, but instead of being on an actual track, you were more or less in, actual small pond or, a small body of water. Apparently, there was a battery cap that was off of the battery, and the chemical reaction to that made, an explosion that actually sent me up in the air and then back down again. I had broken legs from pretty much the waist down. Every bone in between that space, between my feet and my hips, were pretty much broken. And it was not just one leg; it was both. No, whenever that happened, the establishment pretty much they shut down.
After the accident, his parents filed a lawsuit against the water park. Following the lawsuit, and with rising maintenance costs, they couldn't afford to keep the park open. It permanently shut down in 2003.
Sad, yeah, a lot of memories, and it was a fun place for kids to go. So it was, sad to see it close. Years ago I did, and it was almost unrecognizable.
How did it make you feel?
Just really sad. I hate to see anything that was flourishing at one time. It looked like a ghost town of water parks.
Well, at the time, it was just kind of nostalgic, and I got, I felt a little sad, but it had gone down for a while, and I hadn't worked there for a little bit. It was a bummer, but I knew that it was not, it was getting to where it was unsafe and things like that, and it was just kind of run down. It wasn't the same thing, so it wasn't just earth shattering. I wasn't surprised.
Right now I'm standing in what used to be the entrance of this water park, and you can see how much damage is in this room. Ceiling tiles are missing, exposing pipes and wires. Graffiti covers every inch of this park, and the floor is covered in glass.
The park has been closed for 15 years. The once memorable water park has become a water wasteland, overgrown with weeds, broken rides, and graffiti. Its former fun family destination turned into an aquatic ruin, seemingly gone forever, until a Facebook page was made in July of 2012. Colton Stewart created Bring Back Water Wonderland, a Facebook page followed by nearly 9,000 people. On it, he comments about his experiences at Water Wonderland and how unfortunate it is to no longer have the water park in our lives. Finally, his wishes came true in 2017 when the park was bought by Philly Lozoya Sr., the owner of Lozoya Construction.
Water Wonderland was once the summer destination in Odessa, but it's been vacant for more than a decade. Well, today, that location was purchased.
You don't even notice it hiding behind the overgrown greenery. But after being vacant for more than a decade, it finally has new owners.
Construction started in the summer of 2018. Lozoya hopes to have the park partially reopened by the summer of 2020. He also plans to add an event center so part of the park can remain open during the off-season. He isn't sure how much the construction will cost, but estimates the amount will be substantial due to the level of disrepair.
Water Wonderland out of commission for several years.
When it first opened, it was flourishing. It had a ton of visitors, wonderful slides, a lot of good times out here.
Jeff Stoner currently in the process of obtaining the funds to purchase the property that contains the rundown water park. He's one of several buyers willing to restore this once popular West Texas destination.
Stoner has his work cut out for him. The park's currently in shabby condition, and he says renovations will cost anywhere between $5 to $10 million.
While the park may be gone, it is not forgotten. Soon new memories will be made, and the old Water Wonderland will live on.